Hey everybody, I'm Yael, and today we're going to be doing a resistance band workout. You'll also notice that before each exercise, we'll show an advanced and beginner level, so you can follow along with whichever level fits you better. Without further ado, let's get started. So we're starting off with a simple squat. I'm using the heavy level of resistance here, so it's going just above my knees. And I'm keeping the weight of my body on the heel of my feet, and I'm pushing out as if I'm going back to sit into a chair and up. You really want to squeeze on your way up. Keep your core in tight, keep breathing. A few more seconds left of this one. And remember, we're doing 3 rounds of each exercise. Alrighty, so we're done with round 1, on to an active rest, and then we're gonna start round 2. Round 2, here we go. So you're keeping your core in tight, pushing off your heels, squatting down, keep breathing. You'll really feel the resistance pushing against your knees here. If you find it's not challenging enough, you can always move up to our hip circle, our black band. That will definitely add a level of challenge. Alrighty, last round of this exercise. Keep yourself moving during the rests. Alrighty, round 3. Pushing off your heels, core is in tight. You're looking straight ahead. Last round, give it all you got. Feel the burn. Amazing, last few seconds. Push it out, push it out. Alrighty. Next exercise, I'm going to be using the hip band, the black band. It's going just above my knees, and we're going to be walking to the side. So a few steps to each side and back. Notice that my knees are slightly bent, and I'm keeping my core in tight, looking straight ahead. Now I'm just moving sides so that you can see different angles. So feel free to just keep facing one side. There's no need to turn around. Just showing you that my knees are bent here. My bum is slightly out. You're really gonna feel the burn on this one if you're using a heavy level. Alrighty, that was round 1. A little bit of a rest here before we go on to round 2. Keep it moving, keep yourself active. Here we go on round 2. Push out, really push out. Push against the band. You really wanna get the most out of the resistance here. It's a small movement, but highly effective. Really activating the glutes in this exercise. A few more seconds before we go into our rest. Alrighty, rest. We're getting ready for our last round. Here we go. Again, knees are bent. You're pushing out as far as you can each step. Keeping your core in tight. Push out, push out. Don't let yourself get tired and stop pushing. Push out as far as you can go. This is our last round, only a few more seconds. So we're going into the next exercise now. The next exercise is going to be a superset of 3 different exercises. If you don't get it on the first time, don't worry. We have 3 rounds and you can always rewind. We're starting off with just a hip thrust upwards. Again, the band is just above my knee. I'm pushing through my heels, and I'm just pushing my lower body straight up into the air, keeping my shoulders pressed into the mat. Next exercise is froggy, so my heels are coming together. My knees are as far out as they can go, and I'm again just pushing up. Next exercise is going to be the pulses, so I'm keeping my lower body in the air and pushing apart with my knees. You really want to pulse out as far as you can go. Weight is on the heels, and rest. So we have a quick rest before we start that entire superset again. Again, if you didn't get it the first time, rewind, start again. 3 simple exercises, super highly effective for targeting glutes. So we're getting ready to start again. Here we go with the hip thrust. Again, every time you pulse up, you're still pushing apart with your knees. The idea is to always be pushing against the resistance. That's where you get the most out of it. Heels come together and you're going into a frog up. You can also alternatively put the band down below your ankles to really feel the frog pulse on this one. And the last exercise, we're pulsing out, so you're keeping your shoulders on the mat and you're just pushing out as far as you can go. Pulse, 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 and keep breathing. Keep your core in tight and keep breathing. Alrighty, a quick rest. Going into our last round of this superset. All right, here we go into the hip thrust. Again, the weight is through my heels. I'm pushing through my heels. I'm pushing my bum up as far as I can go. I'm pushing out against the band. And here we go into the frog. Heels are together. You're pushing your knees out as far as you can here. Hold onto the mat with your palms. And last superset, we're going into the pulse. So you're pushing through your heels and you're pushing out against the band with your knees. Keep yourself high up. Don't let yourself drop down. Don't let your butt drop down onto the mat. Woo! Alrighty. On to the next exercise. We're doing kick-ups, I call them. This is one of my favorite. It's a real killer, so get ready. So for the advanced level of this, if you have a kettlebell or an ankle weight, grab it. If not, just use the band. I'm using the heavy gray band. I'm holding it down on the mat under my knee with one leg, and I'm pushing straight up with the other leg. My toe is pointed up into the air. My back is straight. I'm looking down to the ground, not straining my neck. A few more seconds of this. And we're gonna switch legs, so get ready to switch legs. All right, switching legs. Remember, your toes are pointing up straight to the ceiling or to the sky if you're outside. Your back is straight. Notice my elbows are also bent. I'm using this as momentum to be able to push my leg up as far as I can. My head is facing down, and don't forget to breathe. Breathe in and out. Really squeeze up as much as you can. Doesn't need to be a fast movement either. You can go slow on these ones. Alrighty, taking a quick break before we start on to round 2. You should really feel these ones, guys. This is a tough one. If not by now, definitely by round 2, you'll start to feel this one. Here we go on to round 2. So you're pushing up, really pushing up. Your elbows are slightly bent. Your head is facing down, core is in tight. If you're not getting enough resistance on this, remember to move up a level of resistance. You can always move up. You really will definitely feel this in your glutes as you squeeze up. Going on to the second leg. Here we go. Really use your elbows, bend your elbows and use them as momentum. Press your palms into the mat and use it as momentum to really push your leg up. Squeeze it up. A few more seconds left. You can do it. A few more seconds. You guys are doing amazing. These are not easy exercises. Alrighty. A quick rest before we start our last round of this exercise. Get ready to get back onto the mat and start. All right, here we go. Squeeze it up. Toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Don't worry if your band gets a little twisted in this. It doesn't matter. You can fix it after the next round. Squeeze it up. Head is down. Don't strain your neck. Alrighty, we're switching to the other leg. And squeeze up. Elbows bent, core tight. Few more seconds of this one. And we're almost done. We're almost done with this entire exercise. Give it your give it your all. Give it your all for this last one. Push it up, push it up. Alrighty, amazing job, guys. Amazing job. Whew, we are on to the next exercise. We're going to be working inner thighs on this one. So I'm using a light resistance level because we really want some flexibility on this. I'm using the mini purple. So place the band just below your knees, about mid-calf, and you're going to get into position here. So you're on your side and you're balancing with your elbow, and we're going to come out, up, in and out. So you're pushing your leg out just in front of you and coming slowly back down. So it goes up, out, up, and down. Really squeeze with your inner thighs on this. Make sure your body is more or less straight. A few more seconds and we're going to switch sides. Here we go to the other side. All right, so we're going up, out, up, and down. Remember to really take advantage of the light resistance level here. You'll want to go up and out as far as you can. Now don't let yourself get tired in the middle and let your leg drop down. You always want to be with a constant tension on the band as you're coming, between you're coming out and in there. Alrighty, a quick rest before we start on round 2. I like to be active on the rests as much as possible, but you can also alternatively stay in the mat if you would like to. Here we go for round 2. We're pushing out, in, up, and down. Out, in, up, down. Up, out. And we're squeezing out. Make sure to keep breathing, keep your core in tight. And we're going on to the second leg. Again, if you want a bit more of a challenge, go up to the blue level or the next level of resistance. Here we go. This is round 2. We only have one more round after this, guys. You're doing amazing. Give it your all. Keep breathing. Keep your core in tight. Push up and out as far as you can. Really squeeze up and out. Last few seconds. All right, we're done with round 2. On to the last one. Quick break. Really shake yourself out a little bit here. All right, here we go for round 3. Last round. Squeeze it up and out. You're really going to start feeling it in your inner thighs by now. Keep breathing. Core is in tight. Last seconds. Alrighty, switch to the second leg. Here we go. Last leg of the last round. Let's do it. Up, out, up, and down. Up, out, up, and down. Keep your other foot planted into the ground. Don't let it start shifting around. Last 10 seconds, guys. Last few seconds. Really give it your all. The last few seconds. And we're done. Amazing work. Amazing work. And we are on to the next exercise. We're going to be doing fire hydrants. Now, advanced level, we're going to be using 2 bands. That's going to really be a challenge. If you're more of a beginner, feel free to start off with 1 band. So we're placing the heavier band just above our knees and the medium level band just below our knees, about mid-calf. So you're going to get onto all 4s here and squeeze up with your leg. As you can see, my elbows are slightly bent, my back is straight, and I'm squeezing up here. We're gonna pulse a little bit at the end of this exercise. Here we go for a little pulse, and next leg. So you're squeezing up. Don't shift your body around too much. Try to keep as static as you can. Really squeeze up. Again, your elbows are slightly bent, your head is down. Don't strain your neck by looking up. And pulse it, pulse it, pulse it. Keep your leg up and pulse. And we're gonna do a quick rest before we go into round 2. This is definitely a tough one. And again, if you're a beginner, just use one band. One band is enough just above your knees until you can work your way up to the second level. Here we go for round 2. You're squeezing up. Really try to get your leg up as high as you can go on this. Definitely with 2 bands, it's more difficult, but push it up, push it up. You'll really feel this in the outer part of your glutes. Again, use your bent elbows and palms as leverage to be able to keep it up. Here we go for the pulse and second leg. All right, we're almost done round 2. Keep it going, squeeze up. We only have 1 round left. Keep your core tight, your head down. Squeeze up. Get ready to go into the pulses soon. And pulse, 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 pulse. And we're done. Last round of these ones. These ones definitely burn. You guys are doing an amazing job. This is not an easy routine, but you're killing it. All right, here we go into the last round of these ones. So we're in position, elbows bent, head is down. Body is static. We're not twisting our body around. We're keeping it static. Going up. Squeezing up as far as you can. Don't let yourself get tired. Keep it going as far as you can and get ready to pulse. Here we go. Pulse, 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 pulse. And next leg. Squeeze it up. This is the last one, guys. Give it your all. Squeeze it up. Keep your head down, your core in tight, your elbows are bent. Last few seconds, we're gonna be doing a pulse. And pulse, 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 pulse. And we're done with this one. Whew! That is not an easy one. Amazing job. We're actually done with the booty exercises and we're on to lower back. So you're gonna grab your lighter level resistance band. I'm using the purple one. As you can see, it's just in between the palms of my hand. So we're coming straight onto our stomachs for this one. And we're gonna really just squeeze our arms up behind our head. And you're keeping your legs on the ground. Your toes are touching the ground and you're just squeezing your upper body. Again, go slow. Don't make any fast or jerky movements here. It's a slow movement. Keep your head down so that your neck isn't strained. A few more seconds of this. Alrighty. A quick rest here before we go into round 2. If you're just a beginner and you're feeling like this is a little too hard, you can always drop the band for this first time and go for the next time with the band. So we're squeezing up, arms are coming out just behind our head. Head is down, toes are touching the ground. You're pressing your hips into the mat to keep yourself sturdy. Squeezing up, you should be feeling this in your lower back. A few more seconds left on this before we go into round 3. Alrighty. It's so important to work lower back. It's something that can be neglected, but it's super important to be able to work all aspects during lower body exercises. All right, we're on to round 3. You're squeezing up, arms come behind your head, toes are touching the ground, head is down, hips are pressed into the mat. Make sure to keep breathing. Breathe in and out, breathe in and out. You're squeezing up. Last few seconds. Alrighty. We have one more exercise for lower back here. We're gonna be pulsing out with our feet. The band, I'm actually switching up to the blue mini band now, which is gonna go just above my ankles. I want a little bit more resistance for this, so feel free to stay with the purple one, but I'm gonna go with the blue. So for this, your hips are pressed into the ground, your legs are up, and you're gonna pulse up, and then you're gonna come down. So we're pulsing, pulsing, and down. Keep your head down and your hands on the mat, and push with your hips into the mat so that you can stay in one position. You should really feel this in your lower back. Really squeeze out as much as you can and down. Also, don't drop your feet when you come down. Really just keep it a slow, steady movement. So we're resting before going into round 2. You can come up a bit, give your back a little bit of a stretch here, stretch out your neck a little bit. Alrighty, going into round 3. This is the last one. Squeeze out, pulse out, and down. Squeeze and pulse, keeping your hips pressed into the mat and down. Again, you're just tapping your toes onto the ground when you come down. That's it. And then you're up, you're back up, you're pulsing. Pulse, 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 and down. Last few seconds, you can do it. You've done an amazing job so far. Alrighty. We're about to go into our last round of this exercise. Give yourself a little bit of a stretch here again. You guys are doing amazing. This is amazing, amazing work. Not easy, but definitely worth it. All right, here we go. Last round. Pulsing out, hips are pressed into the mat. Head is down, you're breathing consistently. Tap down and pulse. As you can see, my knees are up in the air. I'm almost up with my whole legs in the air. And tap and pulse. Last few seconds, give it all you got. Alrighty. Amazing, amazing, amazing work. I hope you love this exercise, this entire routine. Please let us know how it was. Tag us in your sweaty selfie on Facebook, Instagram. Share it with your friends, and we'll see you for the next workout. Thank you so much.